Everyone, it's Christian Fuchs here. I would like to say a big thank you to our fans and keep having our back for the upcoming Premier League season as well as the Europa League. Keep watching Leicester Fan TV. They have the latest news and they keep you up to date on leicesterfantv.com. So stay tuned and thanks for your support.
Stay tuned to Leicester Fan TV. You are tuned to Leicester Fan TV. My name's Phil and I feel like a Burnley fan, but hey, what the heck? Let's go for it. We're playing Maroon. We're Leicester City. So we got to join the club and we do it. Let's get straight onto the chats. Here is the team news, but let's add in the guys. Here's Tom. Hi, Tom. How are you?
Yeah, good. Thank you.
Good to see you. Here's Jamie in purple, maroon, whatever.
Come on, maroon. Love that shirt, Phil. Love it, Phil.
No, it's not
Locks
Leicester.
has done his hair.
Locks, are you there?
Yes, yeah, I'm here, yeah.
Should we agree not to give Locks any grief, at least for the first 5 minutes of this video?
Okay, then.
I deserve it, apparently. I deserve it.
Tom, let's start with Tom, who's in the correct colours for Leicester City, which is blue and white. Thank you, Tom. Oh, blue, thank you, yes. Tom, can you talk us through the team? Can you read through the team sheet? Have you got it?
Let me just get it up 1 minute. I had it in front of me actually 30 seconds ago. I was just looking through it.
Because there's quite a lot. I've seen, like Jamie said, there's been a bit of a Twitter meltdown, hasn't there?
Oh, yeah. Can I, before Tom reads that team out, can I just stress 1 point, please? Well, this Twitter meltdown's done my head in. There were negativity comments before the game. There was negativity comments when the team news came out. We're all foxes. We've won the first 2 games. We haven't lost the first 2 games. So why are we being negative about it? It's the team selection that Brendan wants to pick. I think it's quite an attacking lineup. Why the negative comments? Why? Why do we still do it before the ball is even kicked? Go on, Tom, you can read the team news out now.
Can I just read sync off?
Yes.
Well done, Andy Medhurst.
Yeah. Listen, I'll tell you what.
It's that matters.
It is that. I'm touching
It's
this.
that.
I'm touching the wrong thing. I don't care.
It doesn't care what that colour is. It's that. That's what's there on your heart. That's what matters, I'm afraid.
I prefer a bit of red myself, or white.
So,
anyway,
team
Tom.
news.
Go on then, Tom. Sorry.
Schmeichel in goal, a back 3 of Johnny Evans, who returned after his suspension. Daniel Amati, who's starting a league game in nearly 2 years, I think it is, it'll be roughly. And Sayunchu. Casanya on the right. Tillemans, Mendy, Pratt, and then Justin on the left in a midfield 5, but I think it'll be wing backs for that. And then I think it'll be Barnes playing behind Vardy up top. I mean, for me, I'm not being negative. I'm quite happy. I think Rodgers been very clever about this situation. We went to Man City last year and we played a back 4. We got absolutely destroyed by Mahrez on that left-hand side. And I think he's going to a back 3 today, well, a back 5 at times when we defend, plus 4 in the midfield to really try and compact it to much we can to stop Man City trying to play through us and try and stop them getting down the wings, because that's where they're going to want to play. They're going to want to try and tap the fullbacks, especially Justin. It gives Justin a bit of cover that he's got a man behind him, because look at the team news for them. They're dangerous still, but they haven't got a recognised striker on the pitch for them today. I mean, I know they got Delapson on the bench. He scored 2 very good goals the other night for them in the Carabao Cup. But it still says to me where they're at the moment. They haven't got Aguero, Jesus. You know, we're getting them at the right time, I feel. But I think Brett Rodgers has been very clever and he's learned his lessons from last year's 2 defeats over the Christmas period to Liverpool, Man City, that we need to tighten up.
Yeah, Locks, before we get onto your hair, obviously, do you think we're going to play 3 at the back?
Yeah.
Like, the Amati, Sayuncu and Evans?
Yeah, 100%. Agree with what Tom said there. Obviously, you know, a lot of people, like, you know, Jamie said about the meltdown on Twitter. A lot of people, you know, going on about Amati and things like that. But before that injury, I think Amati had played a couple games in the league leading up to that injury, and he was putting in good performances. And obviously, he played in the pre-season friendly and scored a goal. Obviously, and I know that would have been his first few minutes back. You know, playing a game, but yeah, I think with the options that we have at the minute, we're tied, really, aren't we? Obviously, Ndidi, the makeshift centre back, is out, and Benkovic is still out, and I don't think Wes is still, you know, fully fit. I know he played against Arsenal, but yeah, I think it's with what we've got at the club at the minute. I think it's all right. Yeah.
Jamie, quite a few fans, again, like you say, we're 2 games in, we've got 6 points, 2 wins. Quite a few fans have it starting to put comments in here like perhaps this is set up to try and help James Justin out. James Justin was I think he got Premier League man of the match somehow last week, which I didn't think he was that good. But I think a lot of fans almost jumped on his case a bit for him looking a bit of the weak link, maybe.
You mean the scapegoat that all Leicester fans seem to need to have?
It does feel like we need to pick one. It was Ben Chilwell last year, and is it?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think the way we play, like I said to Locks the other day, especially at corners, when we play the corners, we're at zonal defending, and they don't pick up men. So you get the small men, the 2 fullbacks, picking up big men, and I don't like zonal defending, and they get caught out. And I think it's just the same down the wing. So I think, to be honest, this is giving him cover when he goes forward. It's giving him cover because, like Tom said, the last couple of years we've got ripped to shreds when we've played with only 4 at the back the last few years. So I think it's right to have him there because it will give him that extra cover and extra confidence to go forward.
Somebody has put a Facebook group. Don't forget, if you are watching on the Facebook group, you need to click a link. We keep saying it to allow StreamYard, and then we can see your name and your beautiful faces. But somebody there has just put, we always change formation. I'm going to ask Tom about this. We always change formation against the bigger teams, and it never works. And then we always change it back at half time. Tom, do you think... I don't know if Brendan Rodgers does overthink it sometimes, Tom.
It's a tricky situation he's in. You got a very young lad who's playing fullback at the moment. He's done all right, JJ has, for the club. He's had some very good games. Yes, you probably say he's the weak link at the moment in the team, in that if the ball comes onto his shoulder, he can get caught out. We have seen that in the first 2 games. West Brom away, the amount of diagonal balls they were putting on him, and he was missing. And then the goal for Burnley for Wood, another ball over his head, and he misjudges it. Wood chests and volleys. The goal again for them, a crossing, and he couldn't muscle off the defender. So at the moment, he's a weak link. I wouldn't say he's the one we go to a scapegoat. I don't think we need to have one of them at the moment. There should be no scapegoats. We've done it over the years too many times, as you said, Chilwell, Andy King. These players, we pick out one who will blame him for a bad result. If we're honest, Brendan's trying to shore things up here, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And I can understand completely why he's done it today. Completely understand it. And if it doesn't work, then Brendan will probably come out and say, I got it wrong. And he's quite honest, Brendan, is to say when he makes a bad decision or he makes the tactics wrong. He won't blame it on the lads. He'll come and say, I got it wrong. I misjudged what I was doing. But the biggest today, I'll be interested to see where Barnes plays. Will Barnes play on that wide, or will he play in behind Vardy?
Let's get a few of the fans' questions in. I'm trying to get as many up on as possible. Daniel says Man City 3-1. They're too strong for Leicester. Reece says Sky Sports BBC all have Marty on the right midfield. Surely a back 3. I think we all agree with you that it will be a back 3, Reece. So that's probably because we know Leicester players better than some of those do. Jamie, yeah, go on. You're going to say?
I was going to say, back 3. Have you got that? Can you put that graphic up you had right at the very beginning, the team, Phil?
Yeah,
from BBC Radio Leicester, because that's what BBC Radio Leicester put it as. I saw you had it up there earlier, if you can.
Right, I have to. Let me see how we do this.
Oh,
no. I can do it. He says there's too many of us, and it's behind us. So,
okay, then but it's got the actual team. How you put it there was a back 3 with the 2 wing backs. I can't see us playing any other way. Martin will not be playing in the midfield. That's for certain. I can't see how that can happen. What Stringer and Pipes have put up there is what I think it will be.
Yeah,
today.
Indeed. I mean, I was going to ask Locks. I mean, Castanier's played outstanding the last 2 games. So I want to swing this conversation round, Locks, to positivity and the fact that, Leicester have had 2 wins. And today could be one of those defining days, even though it be early in the season, Locks, where, you are Mr. Positive with the predictions. And why not? Let's go to Man City. There's no fans there. We're in with a shout to win it today, if you ask me, and then we'd all be bubbling.
Yeah. As it's been well publicised in the past few days, Man City do have quite a few first-team players out. However, I will say we shouldn't underestimate them. As Jose Mourinho said a couple seasons ago, two of the best teams in the league are Man City and Man City B. So they have so much squad depth, it's ridiculous. They're a brilliant side, we know that. But yeah, if there was ever going to be a day where we go to Man City, we go to the Etihad, and we do grab a win as underdogs, then why not it be when there's no fans in the ground, and also when they do have Aguero, Jesus. And yes, if we win 4-0, I will shave my head tonight, and I'll live stream it. I'll live stream it.
Lots, we've all heard that now.
We've heard that.
I will do it. Yeah, I will do it. So, but yeah, really, I think if there's ever a game we go and cause an upset at Man City, why not be it today after two wins out of 2 games? So, yeah.
I mean, Tom, I don't want to turn this into a VAR chat, but just before we went live, us four were chatting about what's just happened talk us through a bit of the Spurs game, and VAR seems to be, we all want to get rid of it, I think, as fans, but talk us through what's happened in the Spurs game and how, you could almost feel it might happen today.
Oh, it's beggars belief. I mean, again, another handball given from being a yard away with your back to the head, back to Andy Carroll, heads it against Dyer's arm, and the referee gets VAR, decision and goes, okay, I'll go with it, and gives a penalty in the 94th minute. It's never a penalty. There's so many. I mean, yesterday, the Everton game, there were never penalties. The ball's headed down and it hits his hand. It's 2 yards from him, 3 yards at max. He can't move out of the way of that. And this whole thing is it in the body line, and is it in a natural position? Scrap it. You're ruining the game. Seriously, like yesterday, the Bruno Fernandes one in the last minute. It's harsh. Yeah. It's so harsh. But for me, he blew the full-time whistle. We shouldn't be allowed to go back and check it. If he blows, that's the game done. He shouldn't then be allowed to walk to the edge of the pitch, check the monitor and go, oh, yeah, it was a penalty. Well, for me, I just said it yesterday, and everyone can laugh at this, he should have pulled his players off the pitch and said, you've blown the whistle, done.
I assume it's because, Tom, obviously, yesterday the incident happened during play, and therefore the review is, even though he's blown full-time whistle, the
game's over to me. You've done it. You've blown the whistle, ref. You shouldn't then have an option to go back and check the screen. I'm sorry. You've not seen it live. VAR have not picked it up that quickly, what they're there to do. It's gone. The game's done. But for me, the Brighton manager had every right to turn around and say, come on, players, we're coming off the pitch here. He's blowing the whistle. What would they do then? I've seen it on Twitter. A few people have put it. So what would they done if the Brighton players refused to come back on for the penalty? It is beyond the joke now. Kalina, the FA, FIFA, sort the rules out, because at the moment, football is becoming a joke with VAR. And it's actually, I agree with Roy Hodgson, it's ruining the game that we are picking up on the most minor decision. The Man United game the week before, how can he move his arm away when he's less than a foot? It hits Lindelof's arm a foot away. And then beggars belief that De Gea saves it and he's an inch. Not in, we're talking millimetres off the line, and he has to retake it. Come on, we're ruining football. This is what football about. This is what VAR wasn't brought in for. VAR was brought in to, clear up controversial situations, what were missed. If the, clear and obvious, not to turn around and start going back over every single handball in a box, or is it above the sleeve line? Is it below the sleeve line? Simple. If it hits his hand in the box and it's, his hand's out here, it's a penalty. If he's got the back to play, how can you give a penalty when he can't see where the ball is? It's just beyond a joke now. I'm sorry. Sort it out.
I mean, what's going to stop the strikers when they're on the edge of the box, just hammering it? I know they're trying to score, but hammering it to the defender, especially if at the byline.
Well, somebody like Riyad Mahrez today has got enough trickery and skill, as we all know, where he can get into that penalty area, and if he wants to just try and lift it up and flick it, and it hits a defender's hand, they have to give it now. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Well, I think so, yeah. No, I mean, because there was one in the Palace game again, Palace-Everton yesterday. He was probably no more than a yard away and he got slammed against him, and the referee said, no, it's not a penalty after checking it. So if it's within silly closeness and someone smashes it, they're not going to give it. It's one of those where some are giving it, some aren't. This is where,
Tom, I'm more talking about somebody of Riyad's skill is not slamming it hard, literally lifting it up on purpose and putting it in that area. Yeah, just flicking it up where a player almost do it and aiming it on purpose. But Jamie, I want to come to you because I want to ask you what Sonny has put on there. I'm going to put it on screen here. Sonny says, Man City's lack of defence today, I think we should have been playing a much more attacking game, meaning Madders and Perez supposed to be in for Mendy and Amati, just my opinion. He thinks we've set up too defensive. Would you have liked to have seen us, Jamie, go a little bit more gung-ho for it?
Well, it wasn't the team I was expecting, I must admit. But I think it's when you play wing-backs, you're playing with two extra attackers. You've got Tillemans and Pratt that go forward, and Mendy does the holding role. You've got Castagna and JJ that like going forward. You've got Vardy and Barnes up top. I think it's quite an attacking lineup. I don't think it's a defensive. I know however you say it, 3-5-2 or 5-3-2, however you want to say it. I think it's quite an attack. Wing backs gives you that extra option. It really does. I think it's attacking. I don't think it's a defensive lineup.
Tom, you look like you want to say.
Come off, it's Man City. I mean, let's not carry away. I know they've got no strikers, but let's look at their team. Edison, Walkers, Garcia, Ake, Mendy, their back four. I stopped that back four. I know they've got injuries. Midfield, Fernandinho, Rodri. They're two brilliant players in midfield. Then you got their attacking lineup of another three in front of Mahrez, De Bruyne and Foden. These aren't no mugs. These have still got footballers who can play. They've still got Sterling playing up front. I mean, there's some danger there on his own. Sterling can cause us problem. If they slide balls down the channels, and we're going to be in a lot of problems today. So you saw us saying going there we should have been more attacking. But that team alone isn't a bad team. I mean, I know their bench is very, very limited. I mean, Laporte's on the bench for them. But bar that, it's mainly kids for them today on the bench. So, yes, they are weakened, but they've still got a very good starting 11 today. And if we went there and tried to outplay them, we'd still get outplayed by their starting 11 because they're that good. Their replacement, I mean, Rodri's no mug, a Spanish, this Spanish international lad who strolls around the park like he's a Sunday league player, knows what he's doing. This lad is class. We have got to go there and be very careful today and play a very sensible game if we want to get a result.
I must admit, guys, I'm a bit with Locks. I feel really positive about today. I feel like we're going to go and win today. I really do. Jamie, you were going for your Mr. Safe 2-2 draw, aren't you?
I always go 2-2 away games. Always. Like I keep saying, every week. Win your home game.
Who we play. If we're playing Yeovil away, you're just going to go 2-2.
No, that's different. That's different. In the Premier League, it's different. A point in the Premier League is more important than a point in League One away from home. You need to win them games. In the Premier League, win your home games, draw your away games, and it's championship winning performance. So, yeah, a point away from home is a good point in the Premiership.
I think this is a very good point made. Who's this trio of bubbles you're talking to today, Tom? Haroon Loonies.
I've had enough of this.
I'm not changing. That could be bad luck. That could be bad luck,
top
Phil.
On, Phil. God, don't come back on with that no top on.
He's wearing the pink one.
Oh, that's better.
Now that's
bad luck,
Leicester
Phil.
City.
That's bad luck.
Leicester City away kit. We're going to win now because I put a bit of proper quality away colours on. Don't you reckon?
No, bad luck. Should have never changed.
Don't you blame it on me. Don't you blame it on me.
No, but like I was saying, yeah, I'm going for 2-2 because a point away from home is a good point. Any point away from home in the Premier League is a good point.
Yeah, absolutely. Locks, you're Mr. Bubbly. You think 4-0?
No. I don't think 4-0, and hopefully it's not 4-0. Otherwise, I'll have no hair tomorrow. So,
how long did it take you to get the hair ready?
No, just a little blow dry. That was it, and a bit of wax. That's all.
If you just think of the hair products money you'd save, you wouldn't have anything, would you?
I did shave my head at the start of lockdown, but it did take a while to grow back, so I was getting a bit worried at one stage. But yeah, no, 2-1. I said 2-1, and for the dream team, for the FPL, I'm going with a Vardy 2 goals and maybe one from Mahrez as well for them.
Tom, you're always quite sensible, Tom. Go on. Where do you think this could go?
I've got a feeling a draw might be a fair result today for us. Like Jamie said, a point on the board. I'm going 1-1. I think Sterling, Fem and Vardy for us. Vardy likes scoring against top 6. Just on fantasy football, Jamie, I've had confirmation that it wasn't a red card for Kane, that it was the goalkeeping coach who got a red card because we were panicking because apparently Kane got a red card. Jamie was a few swear words, explicit came out of his mouth at the time before the show started.
Just a little bit.
1-1 today, a fair result, and Just because you're doing well, Knox. Wait to the
Yeah.
end.
Yeah.
Handbag.
Captain
Wait till
Mares.
Thursday. Oh no, because
Captain Mares.
Thursday you're away on holiday, aren't you?
No,
so you're not
that's
doing the show, are you?
That's next Thursday after.
Still away from it.
Listen, guys, it's there's not long till kickoff now, so it's time to let everybody go. I'll read through a final few predictions if anybody wants to get them on there. Jason says 1-2 with Vardy and Pratt to score. Christine's telling me off for changing my shirt, but Reese is saying now that is a shirt.
Wouldn't it be great if Amati scored today? If Amati scored, can you imagine the Twitter meltdown? Oh, I'd be on there like a shot.
Well, yeah, I mean, Amati, I don't even know if Amati has scored for Leicester. I think he might have got one. He's one or two. He's not got many. I think today a draw is going to be a great result. I think there's always a chance with Leicester that we could go and win there. You do fear in the back of your mind, you know, if the Man City that we all know can turn up, they can rip any team in Europe to shreds. So,
what did you say, Phil? What score did you say?
Well, I'm going to be positive, and I think it's going to be 2 to Man City and 3 to Leicester. I think there might be a few goals today, because I think they might let 1 or 2 in, and I think we might let 1 or 2 in. I just hope we come out the right side on it. I really do. So, go on, Jamie.
No, nothing. No. I wasn't going to say anything. I was thinking out loud.
It's time to go and get the beers lined up, go and enjoy the match. Will you join us after the game, guys?
Yes, mate, we're around.
And I will be live at half-time if any of you have time, but do join us then. As soon as it's half-time, we'll go live, and as soon as the final whistle is blown. That's unless there's any VAR callbacks from the changing rooms to get people back on the pitch to resolve something if Man City haven't already won by then. That's what it feels like a bit, isn't it?
Yeah.
We'll see you at the end of the match, guys. Thanks, everybody, for
Come on, you Foxes.
Come on, Leicester.
See you, mate. Good luck.
Come on. We can do it.
Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. With special thanks to our pals at ADT Taxis, Feed Me, Piglet's Pantry, Tiger, Leicester Garage Conversions, Pink Vehicle Leasing, Hologram, The Fox's Arms, Moyer Wade Interiors, and our chosen charity, Mentis UK. We bring you the fans' views on the match each week, and your views matter to us. Join the fans' debate each match with us. Follow us at Leicester Fan TV.